This one thing is killing your progress as an artist or as a musician or as a producer. And it's something that many people struggle with, and I've struggled with as well. Sometimes I still do. And it's called overthinking. If you've ever hesitated with putting your work out and taking the steps that you know you need to take, then this video is for you. So I want to share a story with you guys. I have this one friend who, he's a visual artist. He does collages. And the other day he just talked to me and he shared his challenges. Whenever he puts things out, whenever he wants to create a poster or sell his art or just make a post, he always has these voices in his mind telling him things like, oh, this is not good enough, or there's other people who paint the same things and you're just putting together some images and creating these collages. And I think that that's something that we all experience as artists, and it's something that I see in many musicians and producers as well. So I see them making their beats all the time. I see them making music non-stop, but it's all staying in their hard drive. They're scared to put out content, they're scared to put out their message and to actually create something around their art. That's something very natural because it is scary to put yourself out there and basically create room for people to judge you. And obviously this is something that I struggled with as well. But here's the thing. This is the one thing that makes a difference between people who succeed and people who don't. And this thing is to take action regardless of this fear, regardless of the voices that you have inside your head, regardless of all these things that are telling you to not do it. All the people who are succeeding have these voices in their heads, but the difference between the people who are succeeding and the people who aren't is that they ignore these voices. And what I'm realizing now in my process is that the more you practice doing this, so the more you practice taking action regardless of the voices that you have inside your head, the easier it gets. So it's like a muscle that you have to train. You have to train your mind to ignore these voices, because the thing is that your mind learns from your action. So you can tell your mind all the time, oh, I'm good enough, oh, my art is great, whatever you want to tell yourself, and that's great. I believe in affirmations and telling yourself that you're on the right path. But the mind learns the most through your action, because if you tell your mind that something is one way, but then you don't take action, subconsciously your mind doesn't get the difference. It's saying, okay, you're telling me this, but your action is telling me something else. So what I want to say by this is that we need to practice taking action regardless of all the voices that are holding us back. Now, how do you take the first step? How can you start doing this? And I just have to tell you, you just have to take action. There's no trick. There's no trick. You can't trick yourself to do it. You just have to do it. But there's some things that will make it a bit easier. So one thing that really helps is setting yourself a deadline. So let's say you want to make a reel showing your beat. You chose the beat, you want to do the reel. So you're going to set yourself the deadline. Let's say you're watching this today, you're going to do the video tomorrow. So by setting this deadline, you already took action. It's a commitment that you've made in your mind. Now, obviously, you have to do it. So the second step is to actually do it. And the moment you do it, you will realize, oh, this is actually not as bad as I thought it would be. Then another thing that you can do is kind of shift your mindset. So you're thinking, what will people think? What if people hate this? What if people are going to judge this? But create a possibility in your mind that people might also love it. If you like it, then probably other people will like it as well. So instead of asking yourself, what if people are going to hate it? Ask yourself, how am I going to feel if I get positive reactions? So this is going to motivate you and help you out to take action. And then the third thing that I like thinking of is that quantity is more important than perfection. So don't worry about making your thing perfect. Worry about taking action and about making it a continuous thing. Because over time, what really counts is your quantity. What really counts is how many things have you put out? How many times have you done the experience of ignoring the voices? This way you will get the habit, you will train your mind to actually take action. And secondly, you will also create a catalog. So people, whenever they see your content or music or whatever you're putting out, they have more to see. So if people discover you, they have more possibilities to connect with you. So think about this. Think about the fact that quantity is more important than quality, basically. Of course, try your best to make it the best quality you can, but don't overthink it. So to conclude this video, here's the thing that I want you to take with you. You're always going to have the voices that are going to tell you not to do something. And what you have to do is train your mind to do it anyways. And the first time you do it is going to be hard, but every time you do it more and more, it's going to be easier and easier. So it's like a muscle that you're training. And the more you do it, the more motivated you will get, the more you will see results, and the easier it all gets. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next video.